Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't posted a video in over a week. You can tell from the title of this video that I'm going to give you guys an update where we're at with our IVF. But before I get into that, I just wanted to mention why I didn't feel the need to post. I felt like with everything going on that I didn't want to flood your feed with what I ate videos with everything going on in the world. I feel like I'm a tiny speck in the whole YouTube, Instagram world. I just didn't feel the need to be constantly just reposting things on Instagram. I feel like that's what a lot of people are doing. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people, when you just repost stuff, they just click through Instagram. I'm guilty of it. So I just decided to take a step back and really think about myself as a human and how I'm gonna change moving forward. And I honestly just believe that it starts with self-education and the future children of the world. I watched Danielle from Danielle Diaries, her Instagram, and her daughter, go follow her on Instagram. She's just goals. I hope to raise a child as amazing as her daughter. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I know that she has a highlight on her Instagram. She said she's highlighting it. I just think that we have to teach children kindness. We have to teach them that look beyond color. I truly feel like racism is a learned action. I didn't want to turn this into something like that. I just wanted to tell you guys why I took a step back and my thoughts on everything going on. I promise to be a better person. I promise if I ever have a child to raise them to be a better person. And I just want everybody to look at themselves and figure out a way that they could change. I truly believe kindness is the most amazing action in the world, and just be kind to everybody. I know that it's easier said than done, especially if you're angry at something, but take a step back and just think about kindness. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I've also been extremely anxious this week, which is why I didn't want to overpost and have somebody come at me for I know that a lot of people that are speaking out, they can't say the right thing. No matter what somebody is saying, they are telling them that it's wrong. No matter what side you're taking, I know that people are getting attacked, and I just was not in a place this week where I could handle that. As you know, we just did our 6th and final egg retrieval, and it wasn't amazing. We got 3 eggs, 2 fertilized, and 1 made it to testing, and that embryo wasn't normal. So we literally have 1 shot at becoming parents. Not saying that I won't think of other things. I don't know. I just feel this is our last shot at becoming parents, and I was extremely anxious this week. I was just extremely emotional. If you've gone through IVF, you know that this is just, I have no words. I don't want to get emotional. But our next step, because when the doctor called to tell me that, of course, I instantly got very upset. And I said to him, what can we do to make sure that this works? I want to make sure that this works. I want to do any possible tests that we haven't done already. So far, we have done every single test. I've had all of my levels checked. I've had multiple, hysteroscopies. I'm having another one. The only test we haven't done is an ERA test. And if you're unfamiliar, it's a biopsy. They will go into my uterus, they will take a biopsy and test its receptiveness to accept an embryo. I know that some people find out that they need a little extra progesterone. Some people find out that they need a little bit less progesterone. Some people find out that their environment is perfect just the way it is. I just want to cover all of my bases here. I want to do every single thing I possibly can to make sure that this works. I am taking a bajillion supplements. Yeah. So we are doing that test July 14th and 15th. So my doctor, they do 2 ERA tests, I guess, because in the past they've noticed that one test will come back invalid or it just doesn't work, and instead of wasting a whole other cycle, they just do 2 in a row just to like get the best information possible. And so the first day they're just going to go in and biopsy. The second day they're going to put me under biopsy and do a hysteroscopy just to make sure that after my last miscarriage there's nothing hanging out in there, nothing grew since then. Just like I said again, to make sure that my body and everything is just like at its best to do another transfer. I haven't done a transfer since last August. By the time I transfer again, it'll be almost an entire year. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to me that like we've been on this IVF journey for 2 years and we've got like nothing to show for it. We've got 1 normal embryo. 1, that's it, 1. I'm so just defeated by all of this. We have talked about possibly maybe donor eggs, or even possibly because, as you guys know, if you don't know, we paid for 2 rounds out of pocket, and then I got a job in a school which covered 4 egg retrievals, and then I have a certain chunk of money that covers like everything else. And so far we've used up all of our egg retrievals. So we've talked about possibly paying just out of pocket for another egg retrieval, or possibly looking into like how you go about donor eggs. And we've also talked about just not having kids. I feel like I have to get to the point where I'm okay with that. We've been trying for almost 6 years to have a family. I don't want to give up, but I just feel like it shouldn't be this freaking hard. It's scary to go into this knowing that it's our last shot at having a family. I am terrified. I am so extremely terrified to do this. On the other hand though, I just feel like this is it. I just feel like this baby is meant to be our baby. I've always said I wanted 1 kid after all of we've been through. I will be 100% happy having 1 beautiful baby. I just feel like mentally I have to be okay with not having children, because it's just like the point that I'm at. I don't want to sound negative because I'm very positive about this kind of stuff, because I just feel like there's no other way to be. I've got to stay positive or else I will go crazy. But yeah, that's my update, guys. That's where I've been. I've been doing a lot of thinking this week. I've been doing a lot of researching. I've just been trying to keep myself sane because of everything going on personally. I know that a lot of people have it way harder than I do, and that's something that I struggle with. Every time that I get down and upset, I always remind myself, Jeana, there's somebody out there going through a lot more than you're going through. Pull yourself together. There is worse things in life. So that's what gets me out of my funks. Yeah, I go back to work in a week, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to have like a routine and get up every day and just like feel like I'm doing something. I've worked like here and there for like the family that I work for after school, but I'm very excited to go back to my family that I've had for full-time. I used to be a full-time nanny for. I'm so excited to have the kids. They're much older now. The oldest is 13, the middle will be 11, and the youngest is 8. I do feel like it might be a little bit of a struggle figuring out activities for us to do because of the COVID stuff. A lot of stuff is canceled, and I don't want them just watching TV all day. It's not what I'm about. I like limiting screen time, and with the age difference, like the 13 and 8-year-old are not going to want to do the same things. So we'll see. The family I work for, we have just like such an amazing communication between us. We have such an amazing bond that it'll work. And I do plan to take some time off in the summer to relax. But yeah, just a life update for you guys. I really hope that everybody watching is okay and that everybody is trying their best to become a better version of themselves. And if you have children, I really hope that you're raising them to be kind, have their hearts open to anybody. And what really struck a chord with me was, I'm sorry, I'm the worst at sit down videos. I go all over the place. I seeing videos on Instagram and Facebook about seeing Black moms and dads, how they have to raise their children, and hearing some of the things come out of the kids' mouths is just like, gave me goosebumps. It made me cry. You don't think about those things, being white privileged. You don't think that those families have to raise their kids differently. Like, to raise their, like, I'm unarmed. Like, the things that I saw was just like, I just couldn't believe it. And it's not fair. It's so not fair just because of the color of the skin. In school, we recently did a unit on before all of COVID in school, we were learning about like civil rights, and we read The Watsons Go to Birmingham. We watched, what did we watch? Hidden Figures. And the kids were just like, they just were like blown away. And I know that kids learn about this stuff all the time. They learn about it as early as like kindergarten. And it blows my mind that like this is still an issue, because you've learned about all of the things that Black people have gone through since like kindergarten or preschool even. It's just, this is why it starts at home. Who knows what is being taught to some children at home. So I hope that you raise your children to be kind humans. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into that much of that. I just wanted to give you an IVF update, but I just kind of also felt like I needed to explain myself because I did go silent. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I will come back soon with normal stuff. I just don't know if I feel like it's appropriate yet, but we'll see. Maybe once or twice this week I'll post something else. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.